Okay, you may get to see me lock up my machine again. I'm not good at this. Mousetrap. Somebody else yells Yahtzee all the time. What the heck? There we go. I may chuck this and paste this. I'm not sure yet. I might just file that off there. The end of the other one's pretty well flat. Now I got to figure out how to make that little itty bitty pin. Okay, it's the next day, next evening actually. We're going to do, we have to turn this down to about 248, and then we'll, maybe 250, we'll test slide this, because the biggest part of this is going to have to fit in that counter bore. I got it on fast speed. We'll see how it likes it. $271. Let's switch to slow feed. Going to feed in 10 thousandths. I don't think it's going to fit yet, but it might. Aha, see that? I'm going to hit that with a file just to smooth it out, maybe even some sandpaper. still just, it fits nice, but it's a little bit rough. Okay, that's really smooth. See where we wound up. $249 and 3/10. I think the inside of this hole might be a little bit rough too. I can polish that a little bit. Okay, now we got to turn this end down to 0.156 or thereabouts. Not super critical, because even when it's crimped in, there'll be space around it, because the crimp's going to stop this diameter from coming out. So, and that's going to be about 250 thousandths. Yeah, 250 thousandths long. Should be fine. See where we're at. $205. I'm going to feed in 24 and a half. Still a burr on there. It is 157. That's fine. It's a thousandth over. So this is going to work out fine. The point I'm probably going to file. I was thinking about grinding it, but I don't really want to grind on here. Realistically, I could part the thing off and stick it in the drill press chuck and grind the point. I'll probably just file it. I don't know that I'll film that, but then all it's left to do is part it off, clean up the back side of it, put it all together, and figure out a way to hold it, to crimp it, to stake it. Basically just a chisel, I'm thinking, is going to work fine. So for now, I think I'm going to turn the camera off and make some room. You're kind of in my way for filing, and might take me a while, but I'm going to put a point on this thing. Well, I got the point filed on there. That didn't take long at all. So this diameter I want to be about 200 thousandths long, and it's not, doesn't have to be super precise, but I want to get as close to it as I can. I'm just going to eyeball that, get the edge of that tool even with the end of that diameter. That's pretty darn close. So we'll go just a shade over 200 thousandths. Okay, that's 210. Because I might, if this chuck will hold it, I may face the back side of it. If this chuck won't hold it, my new 3-jaw chuck is supposed to be here in 3 days, and it can wait, or I may actually clamp a collet block in this chuck and stick it in a collet and face it. I really haven't decided yet. I might just file the back side of it, but this is my favorite thing, parting off. Now this thing's running pretty fast now. I don't know if I want to try to part it that fast, but I think maybe it'll be okay. Famous last words. File that back side, break that burr if I can, maybe even chamfer it a little bit. Okay. I know this thing's going to leave the building when it comes off here. You know what? That thing's hot, and I don't want to lose it, and I don't want to look for it. So I'm just going to whittle it off there with a pair of pliers. Okay. Still hot. Let me get something to wipe it off. Okay, we got the bolt and spring and the piece. I want it to have a little bit of spring load, a little bit of spring travel when it's crimped in, so it don't wiggle around. And I got it figured out, so I should be able to crimp it and still have half of the total spring travel, and it should wind up pretty much just like the other one. And that's not too bad a fit. I was worried that it might rock in there, only being 200 thousandths long, but it actually feels pretty daggone solid. Okay, I got to figure out a way to hold it so I can and hold this down at the same time and stake that edge. I'm going to have to think about that for a little bit. Well, this is what I come up with. This is actually a mini pallet that I made that clamps in my vise. So I have the bolt held down with these two toe clamps, and I have this beat up old C-clamp holding this little piece inside of here bottomed out. I looked and looked for this clamp because I remember years ago I took the little piece off of here, and so I knew it just had the end of a screw there. That would give me enough room to, I think, put 3 stake marks around there. So let's see how it works. It is probably going to shake up the camera a good bit. I'm not sure like what angle I should even do. There's one. There's two. Now, is that enough to keep it in? That's actually keeping it in too well. Let's see. Nope, that's about perfect. I just couldn't push it with my finger. If I file off the outside there, the burr kicked out. Should just chuck it in the lathe. You know what, that file sucks. Okay. Now just to test it out. Well, here goes. There you go. Nice and tight. Now with the original bolt on the other side, I can actually use this thing again. That bolt's been missing probably 15 years or more. Thing's just been laying in a dust pile. I just kind of thought it'd be neat to fix it up so it's complete again. So there you go. Finally you get to see some of the old shop task machine doing its thing. Thanks for watching.